We're muted. Okay, now we're live.
Oh
Okay.
no!
Oopsie, I muted us.
Okay.
Hey guys. But yes, we are here. And
Oh, I should be on the screen. Oops.
oh, hi Kat. And we're gonna start playing
Cat.
because gosh darn, this game went places last time.
It did.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
So let's get a few things out of the way. Number one, let's see, new giveaway. Actually, first giveaway ever.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I kind of thought about this, and I really wanted to do a giveaway for a long time after seeing Aspirin do it for a long time. And it's sort of like, what can I give people though? Because I could give you guys like a player's handbook, but we all know those are easy to get. But basically, what I want to do is I want to like give you cat I want to give you guys like I want to give you guys the opportunity to sort of play a game that sort of taught me how to really role play and just get into the excitement of the issue. And it's games like One Night Werewolf that really brought out that intensity where I could just throw away literally all prohibitions and just get into whatever role that I was in. It was amazing. But I played games like this all the time, and I figured I'd go ahead and give you guys a moment to maybe get one yourself and see how it's done. But yes, it's just follows for now, because quite honestly, we're building up to our 100 follower build up, and that's going to be a fun little notice once we get there. But beyond that, once we do hit that follow, that is top tier 100, we're going to be doing a one-shot that is going to be a new system. It's going to be a brand new... Let's get the music on, I just realized. Brand new system, brand new style of a role-playing game that I really want to try out. And it's just going to be a one-shot monthly. We'll see if we can meet the 100 follower goal every month. We might knock it down to 50 just in case. But you guys are here for some slaad, aren't you? So let's go ahead, jump into our recap, and we'll pick up right where we left off. The gang descended into the sewers of Bronfels, hoping to learn more about the kobolds there, and what they knew about this slaad pole infestation that has been quite secretly destroying some of the infrastructure of the poorer parts of this town. You did get there. You met a super awesome dude named Kajemori Kyoto, and oh man, he's so cool. He's got cool horns, and he's all like magic. And he's also looking for a Rakshasa in town, which all of you sort of know there's a Rakshasa wandering about. And not only that, you realize that there are something of a collector of these slaad poles in the sewers. You decided to push forward into the depths to sort of clear it, find out where a lot of them were sort of splashing around, and as you did, you became aware that there was someone else in the sewers, and Luella quickly this is how it went down. It turned out that this happened to be an invisible entity that sort of escaped your guys' notice. But there was another creature, Vincent, Nara Hoken's ward, who was hot on the trail of this person, creature, whatever it could be. And Luella decided, yeah, I think this is something we should pursue. You guys keep doing your sewer thing. I'm going to go up with Pikri. And Pikri, being the very small kobold sorcerer that joins them for this little trip, all three of them went up to follow, led by Vincent Ward. And the rest of you went deeper into the, oh gosh. Let me actually check. What square was it? It was the, not the cobble. Roaming Moss, the Roaming Moss Square.
Moss, that's what it was. Okay.
They went from the Underscale Square all the way up to the Roaming Moss Square. Both of them being very poor, lacking infrastructure squares of Braunfels. And it turns out there was someone else down there, and it was the Slaad. And it was bad. It was bad, bad, bad. And what happened was, it seemed very disinterested in them. It seemed to be acting on orders to retrieve the basket that had been, dropped. And it was an iron basket with green ribbons. And it turned out that it was also looking for a green slaad pole, which you guys had found earlier. This one was dead, however. And you discovered that Kajimori had a spell called Charm Person, I think. Banking on the hope that this could be a person, you cast the spell. And, by the way, the Slaad was disguised. Previously, he has been described as a tall human figure with a tall, round hat, sort of like a top hat almost, with very fine clothes. And you kindly asked him to shed that, and standing before you is what you see right now. It is a Slaaddy, red, and he seemed quite amiable. He seemed to answer your questions dutifully and freely, almost relishing this moment of what you assumed to be a chance to speak out. But very quickly, he suddenly made a comment that he really was just letting this moment pass so that you could feel powerful for once. And then he attacked. And then you Eldritch Blast him, and then the fight was on. Instantly, it was a brawl. This Slaad just raking across Miyako and Maddox's armor, biting into their skin, and the fight was terrible. He used the tunnels to his advantage, causing the traps to go off, and also putting some distance between him and you guys. A very hardy creature. It also turned out that Luella returned. She came around the corner, heard all the fighting, and says, "Don't worry, I'm here to help you guys!" And healed the Slaad immediately. I don't know if she said guys. I think she just said, "I'm here to help you." And immediately, yeah. And Kajimori realized, oh, she's under a charm spell. And
at least she has an excuse this time.
Right?
Oh
right.
my
Oh,
gosh.
please. Oh, please. Try that with me.
And she got Eldritch blasted into the wall. That hurt. But it knocked you out of the charm. And you realized, oh no, what's happening? You were able to cast a shatter spell as the creature was starting to run away, climbing up the ladder. And Maddox and Miyako took chase, getting up into the town of Braunfels, the streets, the alleyways, and they rushed after it. It was bleeding profusely through all of the wounds you dealt it, until Maddox finally grabbed it by the throat and just ended it. Miyako also adding to this with her own finale, and the last few words.
Rape stabbing.
Last few words out of the Slaaddy's maw was, "Where are you, Lord Rambu?" The name coming up once more. This Slaad Lord of Colors. And from there is where we're gonna pick up. The Roaming Moss Square is basically one big courtyard centered around this enormous old tree with moss hanging from its very crooked and ghastly limbs. It's a very haunting sight. And its moss, ever growing, just blows throughout the entire square, clumping up in little corners and on the streets. and it's about mid-afternoon at this point, and the town is actually at least this part is actually quite full of people. The Festival of Colors is tomorrow, and people are trying to bring business into this square, and it has come. And they see this monster laying on its back, dead, blood sinking into the moss and the cobble. What do you do?
I'm gonna reach down and grab the hat that he was wearing. With my magical background, and seeing him using it, would I understand what it is and what it does?
Give me your Arcana check.
I kind of want to like turn to Maddox, just doing some, kind of look at him and go, we were struck by that thing. We need to get checked out by Doctor. What was her name? Dr.
Yesta Weird.
Weird. Okay.
Dr. Scratch and Sniff.
Pretty much. She's like, I don't know if you've been pregnant, but since we got hit by that thing, it's better to be safe than sorry.
Yeah, you guys do notice that your wounds, and you do know, you were told, anything struck by a fully grown Slaadi, it has a chance, you expect, to be infected with an egg. Now, the Slaadi told you that you had to go to Limbo in order to get your eggs as a Slaadi, but again, everything that this Slaad gave you, you sort of look at it with a little bit of a perspective, because he gave that to you, but you don't know if it's the truth.
Yeah, and at this point, Miyako's not really concerned with that. She just wants to get checked out and make sure they're
oh yeah,
Cage would like to walk up to the body.
We'll discern the truth later. Could we get the eggs out of our?
So
Cage would just like to walk up to the body and see if the gem that he talked about that was embedded is actually there, or if it was taken from him.
you would have to give me a medicine check. You would have to get into its brain. You're gonna have to open it up. 14 Arcana. That would give you about an estimation. An estimation about, yeah, this is a magically charmed hat. It has a proper... You've seen it used, so you assume that if you put it on, when you're attuned to it, it will disguise you. That's all you can really figure out. You expect you'd have to attune to it, though.
It requires attunement?
It does.
At this point, Lulu's still in the sewers, correct?
You can start making your way up. I just had you sort of try to follow, but your speed is 25, darling.
Uh-huh. I'm very short. I can't help it. I've got short, stubby legs.
I'm going to
also with
put it on my head.
Put it on your head?
Yep, and just kind of get comfortable with it.
It's hard because of your ears, but it sits there. Your ears just sort of so with an 8, Kachemori, you would unfortunately, it's a messy business, and this is out in the open. So, what tools are you improvising? Are you using magic? Or are you just grabbing?
This is just a straight dagger.
Okay, so you start digging into it, and you start to make headway, and you feel you're kind of not able to. I'm gonna say you're not able to see the brain because this is clumsy, and this is also rushed because there are people starting to scream around you. You're looking around oh jeez, as you're sort of cutting into it, but you don't feel your dagger hit anything hard.
I think we might need to...
hard like a gem. Hard like bone,
yeah.
But with a gem, you at least hear some, metal scraping on, hard rock.
I just look back at them, and over at Maddox, he says, "You said you knew a doctor. We might need to take this beast to it."
I wish to visit her myself.
It spoke of a gem in there, and I kind of put my dagger away.
Mm.
Do I?
I'm not skilled in this.
At this point, do I hear what they're saying? I don't know how long it's going to take me to come out of the sewers.
You can get out now, I assume.
I was
And,
gonna say, she's still stuck down there.
So the scene before you is grisly. There's like a blood trail leading out into near one of the stone benches that this thing is at. A fountain sort of spouting out nearby.
Yeah, I definitely have like a bunch of slaady blood like pouring down off of my chin.
Oh, you got elbow deep in there. It's gross.
So, after I put the hat on, I kind of look around. Are people like still freaking out and kind of
like
reacting?
staring at us.
Oh yeah, they're yeah. Some of them
what
are
time
running.
of day is it?
It's about like 4:30.
Oh, so it's like busy market time. Great.
Wonderful.
If anything, maybe the authorities might be able to slow down this festival.
Miyako turns to look at
Due to this.
Katsumori and she goes, "There is no authority."
I actually run back towards the
Heard of
sewer.
a count.
Like I look around and see the reactions of the people and realize that, you know, the general screaming about a monster. At this point, they may just decide I'm the monster. So I start heading back towards the sewer grate or whatever, the opening as Abby is coming out, I guess.
Yeah, what are you guys doing right now? Because people are actually starting to scream for the guards.
Oh god.
I'm just
I feel like-
looking around in total shock, breathing really, really hard, kind of repeating under my breath. What did you guys do? What did you do?
I just kind of growl to her and I say, the slaady is dead. And then I dive down into the sewer opening to
Yeah,
hide.
I think
Well-
I'm gonna follow him. Because I mean, people might think that I'm the monster as well, considering I don't exactly look normal.
Actually, yeah, that's a good point. All of you are.
Yeah.
We have two
Yeah.
infernal humanoids and a blood-covered tiger meat. Not
Cage
tiger
has seen these looks before, so he's
panther.
he's quickly to follow.
All right, so we have two.
Abby, you're gonna have to deal with this one.
Abby, you see out of the alleyway the dead body of the slaady. Its face sort of this mix of pain and its eyes sort of cast off in a wandering direction as your fellows start descending into the sewers again.
I'm going to slowly approach the slaady. Is it very apparent that the sladdy's dead?
Yes, its throat has been carved open.
I'm going to go over to the body.
Among other wounds on its body.
Well, I bit its throat open with my mouth.
Yeah, and then I stabbed it.
It's
And blasted
juicy.
it right through it.
Yeah, everybody just.
We basically just
They battered this
dissected
thing.
this thing. we legit just dissected this thing.
You'll be alright.
Oh,
He was regenerating too a lot, so we just had to keep on him.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go over to the body.
okay.
Going to look at it for a second and kind of feel around. Pause. Go back down into the sewers with them.
A
then
moment
once I
later, Luella is back down in the sewers with you guys.
Okay.
Tell me exactly what happened.
Well, that thing tried to kill us, basically.
No. I know. I need details. You guys, tell me exactly what happened.
At this point, Miyako's gonna look to Kajimori.
I spoke with the beast. He told me many things, some of which may not be true.
You spoke with it?
I thought I had charmed it. Turned out he was toying with me. He spoke of many things. The green slotty, it came from mages. those able to cast magic. About spawning stones. About someone named Sorel. A horrible protege of one called the Slaad Lord of Anarchy. A death slaad.
So I've been over in the shadows, like in the sewers, and like in a corner, kind of looking at my wounds from fighting this creature.
Yeah, there's actually a steady stream, like the back wall of the sewers. It goes like this. Here's the wall, and then it's just a steady stream that goes down for like several like footballs length for the whole square. So there's like this steady stream of like a waterfall almost that you could wash yourself out of if you want. Luella, do you want to give me a check of some sort?
About the anarchy slaad?
If you want, yeah, you could give me a history check.
Okay.
With advantage. And Indigo, go ahead. I'm setting her up to roll while you do your thing.
I forgot what I was going to say.
He's in the shadows.
I'm just in the shadows. I say we have learned that this goes much deeper than we thought. There's much more at play here. The Rakshasa and the Slaadi are working together. And their plan involves much more than this festival or this town.
From what I understand, it seems that the Rakshasa somehow commands these slaads, or has some sort of higher rank than them.
Luella, with that check, you would know that Slaad Lord of Anarchy is not yet a thing. That is what Sorel is being raised up as by the Slaad Lord of Entropy, who is a legit fucking Slaad Lord. And his name is Yagorl.
Yukora?
Yagorl. Yagorl!
Slaad Lord.
Yeah.
To the Slaad Lord of Entropy.
Yeah.
You know that he's very, 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 very bad. You also know that Death Slaadi are probably... They are like the pinnacle that any Slaad can hope to achieve. However, they are the pinnacle of any Slaad that is green can hope to achieve.
Ooh.
Blue and red are blue and red forever.
Yeah.
I'm going to send you something.
Okay, yes.
He also spoke of the Count, saying that he was ignorant and he was deep in grief and addicted to some kind of sedative.
He was addicted. This is
I
the
don't-
Slaad Lord? The Slaad, the red Slaad that you...
This is the information that he gave me. I don't know if any of this is true. Maybe he did tell the truth. Seeing that we might not be able to do anything about it.
Okay. At this point, Luella has started hyperventilating, sunk down, and is now sitting on the nasty floor of the sewer with her head in her hand, literally hyperventilating, like muttering to herself, like, okay, the Slaad Lord of Entropy is here. You might have been controlling the Slaad that you killed. Did you find the anything on the body? Something hard, like a jet?
I was looking for a gem. It mentioned one. It's supposed to be embedded somewhere in their brain, the skull. I'm not sure. He mentioned it, so I tried to look, but too many eyes, too many people. and guards were on the way.
Okay,
However, at least something good might come of this. Maybe the guards will see this monstrosity and hopefully do something.
sorry, just a second.
However, if the Count is somehow addicted to some sedative that they are giving him, I doubt the Count will be much help.
The people can no longer deny something is happening in this town. And as I say this, I kind of step out of the shadows,
I
kind of rejoining the group.
look over at Maddox for a second, and then I look back to the group and I say, regardless, I still think that we should see this doctor. Maybe she found more victims.
I agree. You were struck by this. Do not want to gather any infections.
Actually, were you hit last fight? Whoa! What was that? Whoa! Saberwolf! He's cheering for us! He believes in
Yay!
you!
Thank you, Saber.
Thank you.
You wonderful, buddy.
Kaji,
Hi,
I don't
Axel.
think was hit, but
I was not.
Both me and Maddox were.
Oh yes, both of you. That was one of the most wonderful parts of last session, is having the slatty hit you, and both of you knowing, no, don't ask me to roll Constitution. Don't you dare do it.
And then we failed it. Both
That's-
of us failed it.
I wish you could have seen it, Abby. It was.
But the red
I'll-
flag did point at me and said maybe I could get a green one out of you.
I'll clip it for you.
Yes.
I'll clip it for you.
You guys are so-
But yes, go right ahead. Go forth with this.
So yeah,
I go. If anything, we must see this friend of yours.
Abby.
I go over and I'll help Luella up.
Okay.
Okay.
This tiefling
Okay.
you've only met recently, he sort of reaches out to help you up.
Okay, sorry. Let me collect myself for a second,
Okay.
like in real life. As she stands up, she's getting a little bit more, kind of in her head, a little bit more calmed down. Still kind of breathing hard. Okay, I guess that's it. We have to find him. Okay, it's imperative right now. We need to find Renbu.
How long did the healer say we have?
You recalled that both the kobolds and Yesta's ideas. The kobolds say it takes about like maybe 2 to 3 weeks. Yesta was sort of like, I considering the attacks, and my experience, I think it takes like 2 months maybe.
so we have between 2 weeks and 2 months.
Somewhere between there, yeah.
I mean,
Was it a cure, remove curse, or something that they did?
it was Savros.
Savroth's paladin thing,
Yeah.
which cures diseases. Yesta also did her own magic, and it seemed to work.
Oh,
I was gonna say, so
Yeah.
Yesa can cure us.
Yeah, Yesta can. She has that magic.
So we need.
Will that be effective? I mean, do we have time to explore these tunnels more before that?
No.
Probably
Wait,
not.
In game or out of game? What you just said.
I think it was in game. That was Maddox.
Yeah, in game.
No.
I go. Right now, I would need to take a breather to
Yeah,
recover my arcane.
You guys, you don't understand. We don't have much time. We need to find Renbu. If you could go and get yourself healed up super quick, I might be able to go and talk to Hiln, maybe find out where he would be.
Yeah. Miyako turns to
You
Luell
should
and she
not
goes,
be alone.
Yeah, and she goes, "Oh, hell no! You're not going by yourself
We
this
need-
time."
We need to move fast. It's already almost evening. The festival.
And
is
that's
already
fine, but
tomorrow.
someone's going with you.
Okay,
If
I'm
anything, I
going.
would be happy to
regardless.
go with her.
What?
If anything, I would be happy to go with her. I was not struck by this creature. But you two should check yourselves. Get yourself
Still
checked.
know what has happened to Pikri.
I don't remember.
He went with you.
He's resourceful, but I worry as well.
When you came back, you were under a spell.
Basically, I remember walking through the tunnels. Then there was darkness.
Sladi mentioned some kind of a mage as well. Maybe one on their side
Well,
that was able to charm her.
I believe green slaad can be mages. They can do magic. Am I wrong in this?
You're correct. They are the
Okay.
only ones that can do magic. Red and blue cannot.
Yeah.
I just start growling.
He mentioned that he would want one out of me. So that would make sense.
All right.
Yeah,
How'd
but
you
you
like-
definitely
Go
didn't
with-
see. You didn't see who cast the spells on you guys.
Oh no. It was darkness, and then some male voice was like, "You need to go help your friends." And the dear Slatty. Yeah.
So Pikri could be in danger. I'd say this kind of low and menacingly, almost.
I can go with Luella and keep an eye out for Pikri. But you two, you must check yourselves. We need you strong if we're going to continue
I
this
agree.
hunt.
Miyako nods.
I don't like splitting us up.
I don't either, but I don't think we have to trust at this point.
We will meet up with you shortly.
Don't worry, this is very important. I need you guys to be healed up. I don't want anything to happen to you. In the meantime, Kajimori and I will go get some information, hopefully get some leads.
I promise I will look after your friend with my life.
Alright. So, you guys are taking a little bit of a split. Yako and Maddox are going to Yesta Weirdra's clinic called the Weird Clinic. And
The weirdness.
Kate.
As we're leaving, I definitely kind of study Kajimori for a second.
Give me a perception check, I guess. Maybe an insight check. I don't know. You could just look at him.
I just look at him fondly.
Oh,
Oh my goodness!
The nat one. Oh.
I have no idea of what his.
Can I
Okay.
insight check him?
It's the Rakshasa.
Can I insight check him?
I guess.
I mean,
What are
I
you
kinda want to
hiding
just-
from
just
us?
for the heck of it. Oh. Okay.
Delicious. I don't know. What's are you? Why are you doing this, Cage? Why are you being so? angry?
Well, it's Kajimori is actually a kind-natured kind of man, calm-demeanored. And one of the things that you see is definitely pain in his eyes, but there's definitely a kindness to him that comes through, and he means every word he says when he says he's going to look after your friend with his life.
Okay, so just playing off of the natural one.
He's lying.
I totally don't believe any of this.
But Miyako does.
It's so
My echo totally does, but so I just kind of look and I say, I have only known the little one a short time. She intrigues me. If you harm her, we'll find you.
At this point, I go up beside Kajimori, and I trust him, Maddox.
And
We'll be
Miyako looks
okay.
at
Nice.
Miyako, and Miyako looks at Maddox, and she goes, "Yeah, he seems fine."
Who wants to have their scene first?
Oh.
You do those guys.
Yeah, I don't really care.
All right. I think we'll go ahead and do Cage and Lulu. Lulu,
think
where are
that'd
you
be-
going? Where are you taking Cage?
We are going to be going towards the gallery where I'm gonna assume Helmgirl will be and oh my goodness, what's the other girl's name?
Now, are you talking about
Infernal.
the other artist?
Yes, the Infernal.
Her name is literally Art. That's all she would tell
Oh,
you
I
guys.
forgot about that. Okay, Art.
You also understand that you guys met two dwarfs. One of them you saved from the clutches of Nara Hoken.
Yeah.
His name was Nate Orporopor.
Yes.
Poropor. And Kaya Voroporo.
Yeah,
was his niece. She was sort of
The
this
names, though.
rotund, very wealthy merchant dwarf.
Yeah.
And she is aware of the Slaad situation you guys described, very interested in it, especially since her uncle was a
It's
part
captured.
of... Yes. And that's where we left off with them. So you go to the art gallery. You notice that it's sort of in the process of being like remodeled for tomorrow. A lot of the finer artworks are being put away. You also notice that the judge, who you would know as Jory Dwingvelt, is sort of like arranging stuff, and he sort of recognizes Lulu, and
I would have cleaned myself up a little on a fountain really quick.
you guys can wash your hands.
Yes.
Get all the bloodstains off.
But let's see. Yeah, I'd say you'd be able to go into the back room. Everybody is sort of in this one room where Art is still arting. And Hiln is sort of just like wistfully just talking to Kaya. And it seems that Nate is gone for the moment. He seems to have gone out. But they all look at you, and they all sort of like they beam with some like, oh, thank goodness you're alright. And Kaya says, it's good to see you again. Hello there. Oh, who's this? As she points to the tiefling behind you.
This is my good friend Kajimori. I came here for your help, actually. I was hoping to speak to Hilm, Art, and Kaya. Is there anybody else in the room or no?
No, just these three. By the way, Cage, you see before you that one is the dwarf woman who she introduces herself. Well, it's a pleasure to meet you. My name is Kaya Voroporo. But she puts some flaunt.
He shakes her hand and puts his head and says, "It's a pleasure to meet your acquaintance."
The pleasure's mine. She squeezes your hand a little tight, little. And you see two other individuals. One is a halfling like Luella. She is a bit more dirty, considering, you know, she has like a mess of hair that's been braided up, and it's sort of like a dirty blonde. She also has a little more darker complexion than Lulu. You also see that she has sort of hard features, like her nose is this big blunt hammer, and her ears are sort of very pronounced and rounded. She sort of just gives you this corked head. You also notice there is another tiefling in the room. She's currently sitting on a stool, very straight-backed, and just sort of like taking a big fat brush and just sort of like layering out some paint on this canvas. The big easel that she's using is... Give me an Arcana check. And by the way, this tiefling...
Ooh.
Ooh, nicely. This tiefling is very... Actually, Lulu, you can give me an Arcana check too.
Boom boom.
This tiefling is not like others that you've witnessed. honest. Most tieflings have like scales, they have long tails, they have all sorts of like, infernal, not so nice. She, however, as you two glance at each other, she does have horns, but they're very tight to her skull. They sort of just like pass through her wispy hair that's been sort of tied up into a bun. You also notice that her ears are sort of elongated like an elf's, but they're very fuzzy. In fact, this woman is completely covered in this fine, scratchy coat of fur. You also notice that it stops right around her round face, where scales are actually more pronounced. But you notice that she has these very dark cat eyes that just sort of like turn into like diamonds once you come in. But she has a very warm smile as she sort of gestures to you. You just notice that this is not your average tiefling. You also notice that her hands are backwards.
My mom's here.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. And there. What do you guys do?
I immediately step forward and look. Wait. Yeah. And I look everybody in the eye. I need your help. We need to find Renbu.
The two artists in the room sort of like glance at each other, and they sort of grit their teeth as they sort of like look awkwardly down and say, "We'd this is Art speaking. That's a tall order. I'd rather not, actually. I'm quite done with him. I've washed my hands."
No, I know.
Matter.
I know. He might be the only one who can help us. Have you ever heard of, and I lower my voice, the Slaad Lord of Entropy?
They sort of look at each other. Art just looks a little bit confused. She doesn't know the name per se. But Helm sort of has a differing action. She just sort of like narrows her eyes and sort of like bites her cheek and says, I mean, maybe. I mean, yeah, he complained about him a lot.
Any information that you might have?
He's a big troublemaker in Limbo, and he really had it out for Renbu. He really doesn't like Renbu, and Renbu's powerful. I figure they can go toe to toe, and he doesn't want to though. He kind of just wants to do art. He's just that kind of lazy bum that I have to draw a lot.
Oh, go ahead.
And Art just sort of like shakes her head and says, my chief interests were in Limbo, sadly. I'm not partial to most slaady.
So, I'm pretty sure another Slaad Lord is here. And I'm pretty sure Renbu is here. We need to convince him that somehow stopping this other Slaad Lord is imperative, not only for the festival, but bad things are going down, you guys. I need your help to find him. He's somewhere here. We need to figure out where Renbu would be in this festival right now.
And Art sort of... Okay. That's a tall order. You know who you're talking about? Like, come on. I know you probably think because he's the Slaad Lord of Colors, he can just wave this problem away, but I don't think you actually know who you're talking about. Renbu is a conceited, selfish piece of garbage. And he has all this power, and he's just not going to use it. I'm sorry. You don't know who you're talking about. And Hillen sort of says, unless you can make this all about him, yeah, he's not going to care who lives or dies.
I might know him a little bit.
You know him a little bit? No one knows Rembu a little bit. You've just heard his name.
So, I might not have told you guys everything. So I might have studied under Rembu for a short time.
Wait. Whoa. And Helen just sort of like holds out her hands and just is like, wait, hold on. You're Rembu's apprentice.
Well, I was.
That's the only way anyone gets to learn anything about him.
Yeah, I know.
And she just like clenches her fingers together. And he always, this is what he does. He always.
I know.
He always makes you feel so special. And Art sort of like, just like she pulls on her horns, and she says, "Oh my god. Okay, yeah, that's pretty bad."
Yeah.
No, that's really bad. And Helen, once again, this is what he does. He tells you that you're special, that you're the only one who gets to see this side of him. And how many more are there? They just keep popping up. They just keep blowing. Where do they come from? Where?
Helm, I'm pretty sure that Renbu and you had a very special connection that I don't think I had with him, and I'm pretty sure Art did not have with him. So, and plus he didn't really know much music, so it was a very short apprenticeship. But we need to find him.
And Art just sort of like nods and says, "Okay, music. Never took him for a music guy. Okay, yeah."
Yeah, he tried. It didn't work out.
I'll put it this way: if the Slaadi win, and the Rakshasa that I've been hunting win,
You're hunting
this
a Rakshasa?
Yes, I am.
It's in the city.
Aye.
She looks very
Yes,
nervous at this.
It is here, amongst you, possibly working with the Slaad. We need to destabilize them.
Can I glance at Kaya Hogapor?
Voroporo.
That name, though.
I love it!
Kaya Hogaporo. I glance at her to see what her reactions are doing, because she hasn't really talked.
She is... You give me an insight check.
Yeah, Cage has been keeping his eye on the woman with the backwards hat.
Oh, boy.
By the way, both of your Arcana checks. This easel, it sort of has a magical quality to it. The wood is this dark, robust color. And there are a few arcane etchings in the back of it. 19. I feel like, Lulu, you're just like, okay, I'm talking... Like, you kind of thought you were the only Rembu groupie.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of like, okay, I'm coming out. I am a Rembu groupie. And it sucks.
I'm so ashamed of
Yes.
myself. Like, that was my angsty teenage years. I had like an emo thing going on. Just
kind of following him around in concert.
Your insight check, Cage, you get the sense that she is extremely invested in what is happening right now. She definitely has this... She's very accepting of all this knowledge. But she is also... As you were told, she does have a dwarf that is her uncle. You've never met him, though. But you do know that if these dwarves have business in Braunfels, they're probably very interested in making sure business remains as usual. If a disaster happens, then they probably won't get all their money back. But again, this is a very oddly calm dwarf, considering what she's being told. and what she's privy to. She definitely looks like she has a lot of money, though.
And I kind of look over at her and I go, "You do not seem perplexed by this."
Perplexed? I don't think so. You'd be surprised what you see in the Starspire Mountains.
I would be. So what would you have to gain from the destruction of the city? I wonder.
Destruction? I actually hope to lessen the blow. And
How so?
perhaps giving all of you an ear will help relieve the pressure of your responsibilities that you've taken up. But also, I am assessing just how I can help. I have quite a lot of money, and I make a lot of money in this town. I certainly like to make more money, consistently, and having a bunch of slaad just sort of erupt out of people's bellies is not the most well-practiced business method.
I agree.
At this point, Lulu is just kind of looking with like tiny stars in her eyes towards Kaya, like, look how much money she has. I'm just hanging on to every word that she's saying, like, yes, yes, queen, tell me
Make
more.
me famous.
Sign the record deal. Let's see. Actually, Cage, you also notice that there's another. You get the sense that there's more magic in this room just than the easel. You just sort of like feel the pinpricks of magic around, but it's hard to pinprick where it is. You'd probably have to cast detect magic to find out.
Yeah.
Because you rolled high on that Arcana check.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do
I
it.
don't have detect magic, but I do bring it up and I say I can see the wealth of this place, of you, of the things around, and feel its magic. Is there maybe something you might be able to grant us that might be able to assist in maybe tracking down maybe this Rakshasa?
You know, I feel that is a good focus for us right now. Finding a random slaad lord of immense power is quite a hard task. Finding a abyssal fiend, much easier, I feel like. I also think that I don't have any personal experience with Rakshasa, but don't they like money? Zamanzor, hello, thank you for that cheer.
That they do. They enjoy money and wealth
And
and
power!
those types of things.
I feel as though I am quite influenced in those circles. If you would like, I can peruse a bit, pinpoint where money goes that it shouldn't.
And maybe if we do manage to destabilize this Rakshasa,
Mm.
his wealth needs to go somewhere.
Mm.
All the wealth that he has gained. Maybe a kind split. We may
This-
both benefit from this in many ways.
This is a lovely profit to make. But I also would like to take pride in the profit of lives being saved. I will indulge in you in this. But it will take some time, because I have spent a due amount of time listening to all of this and taking it in and becoming invested in this fluidic story that has been spun before us.
Well, Rakshasas are also very paranoid, so take care of who you speak.
Of course.
And thank you so much for the assistance.
Also, where's your uncle? I haven't seen him in a while.
Well, It turns out that the festival is tomorrow, and we have lots of wares to sell. I sent him away.
That makes sense. Just getting stuff ready. I don't know if I want to insight check that to see if it's true, though.
You can if you want.
Let's see. Oh, a natural 20.
You feel as though she
natural,
definitely
actually.
sent her uncle away. And the two in the room, the artists, they sort of don't react with surprise to this. They seem to like, yeah, this is what happened.
Yeah.
You get the feeling that she's sort of lessening the caution that she's taking.
Yeah.
She is being rather upfront with you guys, but mostly just out of want to make you feel like less pressure.
Yeah.
She talks of lessening the blow on Braunfels, but she's more or less lessening the blow on you guys.
Yeah.
You get the sense that she's probably there's some anxiety inside,
Yeah.
just from like the scale of this reality.
What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But again, this is a businesswoman. She's used to harsh deals like this.
Yeah.
This is probably the harshest she's ever had, though. Her business practice is being put to the test.
Kaya, would you like one of us to accompany you or help you in any way? I know that, especially a Rakshasa can be a little bit of a, I don't know, daunting, but I'm sure one of us would be happy to go with you.
I actually think it would be best if I... No, it would be better. I do not want to drag you into this underworld, especially if there are artists of Renbu here. We do not know if you are already targets of these horrible people.
I would hope not.
Well, that's why I've kept this conversation inside this room. The less you are seen out there, the better, I feel like.
I agree.
I will, however, be pursuing that thread, see if there are truly ill intentions towards the rest of you.
Okay. Please keep safe, friend.
One
But of
more thing.
course.
Have you seen a kobold around?
A kobold? No!
Named Pigri. Very interested in art.
Really? Is he good?
I've seen a mural that the kobolds have had down in the cellars. Kaya, it was the most moving, beautiful piece of art I feel like I've ever seen. It told their story, and it was heartfelt, and it was just, it had an outpouring of genuineness. Once this is over, I will have to take you to see it.
Yes. I'm very interested in this. It seems to be... Oh,
He's a very talented friend.
that's adorable. I always did have a fondness for those poor creatures who don't have it as well as we do out in this harsh world of ours. If I could speak to him, I would be happy to offer him perhaps a sponsorship for the festival if we survive until then.
Nice.
And at that, she bids you all adieu, and very tenderly shakes and kisses the hands of both of the artists that she spent lots of time with, and she departs.
Well, little one, looks like we have the word on the street now. Let's see what returns. Let's go find them.
And
Lulu was at the healer house with us, right?
no, you and Miyako were going alone.
Yeah.
No,
so
I mean
doing-
earlier, the first time we went there, she went to the weird house with us.
Think so.
She knows
yeah,
where it is.
Lulu knows where it is. So
yeah, because she was freaked out.
yeah,
I
and it's
think.
also in the same square. You guys
Yeah.
are in the Moonwell Square now. Let me actually pull up Brockfells for you guys.
Yeah, no, like I remember Lulu was like freaked out.
Oh yeah, very freaked
Okay.
out.
You
I was
But,
wondering.
you.
Yeah, all you are
Yeah,
in
that's
the...
where the ew started. I remember that.
Or what I think it was gross.
Yeah.
Gross.
One of the two.
That was in the very first time we ever saw the sladdies, the sladpoles.
That's right.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. We had
Oh
just
my
heard
gosh.
of them up until then.
She was
Oh,
giving
God.
it the.
What color were those slad poles?
They were pink,
Many of them were blue,
red.
and there
Oh,
are a
they're
few.
blue?
There are a few red ones as well. Oddly enough,
Oh.
Okay.
that's very odd to you.
Yeah.
Because you know that red slatty usually only produce blue.
Yeah.
Do we know that as well, or is it just her?
It just seems to be her.
Okay.
Abby knows the things.
She
I
knows
know all the things.
She knows all the things.
I love it.
Ooh.
I probably don't
So-
know all the things, but
So blue ones produce red.
Just enough. Just enough
Yeah,
to keep us
yeah,
going.
but you guys don't know that.
I
You're
know.
just you're not.
I'm writing
nerd
down
enough.
note. I know. I'm writing down notes for recaps in case. I write down everything regardless.
Okay.
It's the English major in me.
I like it.
Alrighty, so
It means I don't have to take notes as much.
I mean, it's my forte, so might as well.
I'm selfishly really enjoying that you do that.
And I'm really enjoying it because
People.
I'm doing it for myself, so I love it too. So it's a win-win all around.
It's all win-win.
I'm also gonna go ahead and get the giveaway thing up as well, just because we have a few more people here from the who arrived midstream. We are doing a giveaway of One Night Werewolf, and I just want to like, it's games like One Night Werewolf and other like deception and sort of things like that sort of brought out the roleplay in me. So I kind of want to help bring out the roleplay in you. But we also have a Discord. I'll go ahead and pop that down.
You say I could do all that for you.
You're
Join us,
wonderful.
friend.
Do it.
But yeah, just drop in midstream links and all that so you guys can stay informed. But I love you. Thanks for coming out, guys. We're gonna push this scene all the way over to the other side of the Moonwell Square, because Miyako and Maddox are going to the Weird Clinic. You enter, and it seems to be rather busy.
Oh god, of course it is. So Miyako's gonna look around, and she turns to Maddox, and she goes, "This isn't good."
You hear a lot of
What
groaning.
what does the scene kind of look like? Does it look like a lot of people seem to
Yeah,
be?
is there like
sick
people
with
like
the sick?
everywhere, just like running around like crazy, or
A little bit, yeah. Now they sort of like cordon off different areas of the clinic, but you see that a lot of furniture has been moved out into the front office as though to make room, and you see that there are a lot of a lot more on staff, but they're clearly not enough.
do we see Dr. Weird at all?
She actually is in between floors right now, and you see her coming down the stairs, sort of sweating. She is actually, yeah, she's an elf, a very old elf with like little like crow mark wrinkles right here and like other stuff.
You help sled? I don't know if that happens. So I immediately start, like, as soon as I see her, I start making my way over to Dr. Weirdness.
Okay. Oh, 1 second. Friends are trying to get me food. Oh
Oh no,
my god.
you should definitely respond to that.
Anything.
Yeah.
Oh my
Pretty
God.
important.
Anything, I guess.
What did they give
Whatever
you?
you want. Okay, yeah. Okay.
All of the anything.
All of the anything.
Yeah.
Just-
Like,
just
one
bring
of
it.
everything, please.
Just bring the whatever.
Burger. Get me burger. There,
burger.
I did it.
I require
A
burger.
some kind of a potato thing, maybe some food.
Donate for burger.
Woo! Donated.
Donate
Donation
for burger.
happened.
Donate for burger.
Can somebody?
Donation just happened for burger.
Oh my
That could
Go
god.
not
get
have
yourself
been
a burger, friend. You deserve it.
That could not. That
Can
could
so-
not have been timed more perfectly.
Can somebody add a quote for donate for burger?
I got you.
Thanks.
Done for
but yes.
burger.
Maddox, she is coming down and
Who,
Gel,
who,
why
who's
did
that
you, why
by?
you do this, Gel? Why? I love you, man.
Okay.
I'm
Who
so
said that
happy.
quote?
Me.
Okay.
But yes. Here's what I'm gonna do.
I know how to do it now.
I'm going to have you guys like immediately. She comes down. Oh my god, they're asking what kind of burger. Just a beef burger.
Burger with cheese.
Plain.
Put some good stuff on there.
The biggest one you can find.
Why-
biggest-
As long as it's hot, dude, I don't
Okay,
care.
now there's going to be like carts selling meat patties in Braunfels. It's canon. That's why I'm so caught up on it. So here is Yesta Weirdra. She's the clinic head of this obvious clinic, and she approaches two of you, realizing, yeah, okay, you guys are here. She's a little bit relieved, but clearly like worn down. And she sort of whispers to you, "What's up? What are you doing here?"
The slatty, it is dead, but it has. And I pull my my vest aside or whatever, my leather, and I show her the wound. And
I mean,
say,
she could probably clearly
It
see
is
on
infected.
Miyako's.
Yeah,
on
I'm guessing.
Miyako's
I'm
stomach.
guessing that you guys have like, you still have wounds, but you cleaned yourself up, so you're not just bloody. Ah! Well, now
So I
Axel's
pull
buying me
my-
burgers too. Thank you.
I pull my
Don't.
the vest aside, to show her, and I say,
Yeah.
I believe we are infected.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously you can see on Miyako's stomach that she was struck as well because she doesn't really have the clothes to hide it.
Aw. But
I mean,
she sort of says, "Okay, yes, come along, quick," and she sort of like guides you upstairs. And she looks to the two of you in this private office that she has. It's the only place that doesn't have oh gosh, what are they called? Patients. It seems to have been like turned into sort of like an alchemy studio, very like haphazardly. And she sort of looks to you guys and says, "Okay, so you killed it. This is over, right?"
Miyako nods and she goes, "Why are there more?
Not
What happened?"
so.
There's just been an influx of people. They're ill. I can't. There's too many.
Are they infected like us?
I don't
Like
know.
the other.
I can't. I've used so many spells today. I just can't figure it out.
We are sure that something has happened. Can you cure us?
I mean, I could try,
if you cure
but
us, we'll find a way to end all of this.
how? Just look downstairs. I don't know how this is happening. There's
The creature that was infecting everyone is dead. We will go back and kill the rest. But
and
for
we've
now,
also,
kill the rest. There's more.
we've found more information about these things, more than we'd care to know, but more that we need to know in order to calm this.
She seems to be trying to
infestation.
process all this. She's clearly overwhelmed, and she says, "Okay. Oh no, Vincent.
Yeah,
We
he's
lost
having
him.
problems.
Oh, let's."
Somebody. Oh, I was about to say he's reconnecting. I was going
Yeah.
to get his face because it was the best space ever.
Oh,
No, but I didn't have
dang
time.
it!
Oh no.
we'll be able to
Screenshot.
screenshot it later. Don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Oh,
But she nods and says, "I've been saving a few spells for emergency. Do you really want me? Do you
Yes.
really want me to use them on you folks? How close are you to ending this?"
we've got, like I said, we've gotten new leads. We know where we're going with this, and we know who to find and who to talk to.
Oh, you're
We know
really
where to
low.
find-
What was that?
She's like, she says, she kind of like looks at her and crosses her arms, and she goes, "We found some new leads. We know who we need to talk to in order to stop this infestation. If you cure us, we can go about our duty and do that."
Oh, you two do look really rough and tumble. It must have been a hard fight. She's sort of like
The creature was tenacious.
tenacious. I hope so.
Wasn't an
She-
easy fight.
She sort of rubs her hands together, and you see the magic sort of pinpricking on her fingertips, and just sort of like puts them on your sternums, and just focuses. Okay, I'm trusting you. I'm putting all I've got. Okay, and you feel the magic tense into you, and let me just
This
go
is like divine magic, or
This is
can
not.
I tell
This is
this is some kind of arcane thing?
It definitely seems more arcane. She doesn't invoke a name of a deity or anything like that. She just sort of like pushes arcane energy into you for the most part. You guys.
I'm not very happy about it, and I kind of tense up and, instinctively kind of react away from
I'm
it a
not
little
either.
bit.
Okay.
Yeah, I let it happen.
I let her do it because I know I don't want to be infected with the slaady egg. So
Yeah, same.
there's always that.
Yeah.
There's a 1.
With a fate worse than death.
Okay, so let's see. Maddox, you recover 10 hit points, and you get back 15, Miyako.
Oh, I'm at full health, so.
So, oh gosh, and you also feel like there's this warmth that just settles into your body. Your nerves, which have been like pumped full of adrenaline, are just like now they're like relaxing.
So are we
And
completely cured?
Yeah, you feel a whole lot better, quite honestly. And she just sort of like pulls back, and she definitely looks like she's old, but after this casting, she just looks a little bit more like
More now.
ragged. Yeah. She's sort of like is like chewing on her fingernails, and she's like, yeah. Don't make this a mistake, please. That magic could have been used for those people down below.
I take a deep breath, kind of feeling the wholeness come back to me, and reach out and kind of steady her a little bit, and I say, thank you, and kind of bow to her in respect.
Yeah, Miyako, looks her dead in the eyes and, like locks eyes with her, and she goes, "We will end this.
Good.
You mark my words, or I will die trying."
Well, I'll end whatever's happening here as much as my power will allow. The rest of you clearly have powers powers that are certainly powerful. Thank you from my deepest thanks for what you've done.
I don't have anything that can help the old lady. I feel bad about it.
I know, and I kind of want to help her too, but Miyako's not really the helping sort.
She also
I
says.
just don't.
She also
don't
says,
have
did
anything.
you find anything on the slaad itself? Is there like, did you learn anything from it?
He talked about some sort of gem,
A gem.
and that the Count was addicted to something. I don't quite remember what it was, but
The Count?
The gems control the creatures.
Oh,
and apparently there's something that controls the creatures besides the gem called the Rakshasa.
the Rakshasa. There's a Rakshasa in town.
Unfortunately.
No, wait, go
It
back.
is much worse than we feared.
We'll go back to this addiction. What is it? That's a heavy accusation. I know the Count has been stricken with grief, but to turn to such a horrible... Oh. And I thought Raymond had it bad. I thought his...
Miyako goes, some kind of sedative.
Well, do you know what kind?
The beast never told us. It just... One of our other allies was able to extract that information. So we're not entirely sure if it's true or not.
Give me an insight check.
We don't know if the
Oh
beast
gosh!
lies.
You notice that the talk of addiction has set her off on something.
Wait, what? Sorry,
Uh,
you cut out.
Can I join in on that? Is it?
Yeah, you can roll insight as well. $16.
Okay, I was gonna say, hopefully it's better than mine.
Yeah, so Miyako, you just know that like she seems like agitated by the talk of addiction and of a drug. Maddox, you sort of see that the same thing, but she's sort of like reeling into herself. She's sort of like now she's chewing her nails like a bit more like tighter. Like she has these like finely trimmed tips that are just being like picked off with her
nervous.
teeth. She just like
What do her hands look like?
they're very long, wizened elf fingers, and they're just like they're wrinkled, but also from like they look like dry after she cast that magic onto you guys. Like they seem to reflect her age more so than her face.
Is there something wrong, madam?
Everything's wrong. Everything.
What is
do you
it?
mean by that?
What is it about the drug that disturbs you?
Well, it's just Brandon is dealing with similar things. I've oh God, forgive me.
Are you working with them?
With what?
Are you a student?
She sort of looks at you, horrified for a moment. She says, "No."
Can I
I'm-
insight check that?
Sure. And she follows it up with, "I just think I know how the Count's getting it. How he got this addiction."
God. Mm,
15.
I can't. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
She's not really
I know
feeling the
nothing. Like, I don't know
Miyako,
anything.
damn.
I'm so focused on like this woman.
Maddox, she definitely is sort of like
God dang it.
reeling back a bit from you after that like accusation. She just seems horrified at it. But for the addiction part, yeah, she seems to have knowledge that she might want to indulge, but now she sort of feels like she's being pushed into a corner after that. That on top of the stress of what's happening below, you sort of understand why she might be a bit frazzled.
Do I notice? I know my insight's not that, but do I notice that her behavior has changed?
Obviously,
even though-
obviously now
yeah.
she's sort of like scared
Yeah.
rather than like.
And
worn out.
Miyaka's going to, she's going to look at her, and kind of like quizzically, and she goes, she's like, "Look, we need all the information we can get if you want this entire infestation to stop. And you withholding information is not going to help that in any way."
You're right. But at least allow me to feel some guilt before I do that.
Guilt.
The court artist that won last year's festival you've met him, Rendant. You rescued him from that place that the gutter wisps were living in, where the slab holes were.
The servant of the Lord. One of the lords.
Now, Rendant is a personal friend of mine. He had it very difficult before he won that contest, and he had trouble sleeping before. He would stay up all night trying to improve his art, and to be honest, he needed to sleep. He's only human. So I would prescribe a sedative, a strong toxin that would lull him, and it carried over. After he won, I told him it would stop, that he would have to wean himself off of it, but he found other ways to fuel that need. And if that need is in the Count's estate, then I'm not surprised if he decided to share it with his benefactor to get him through the harsh passing of his wife. The Countess.
Did anybody give you the sedative?
No. I probably started him on that road out of pity, and now I think it's just turned Rendon into something else, something that craves. I had good intentions. That I did not mean for it to get into anybody else's hands.
Miyako's gonna turn to Maddox, and she's gonna say, "We need to find London."
Last I heard, he was going back to the estate. Don't know where he is now. He hasn't come back. I've been busy with everyone down below. This is a disaster.
We need we need to find all of these bad guys.
I think Rendon would have some information that's vital to what we need
Just
to do.
be gentle with him. He deserves better.
What do you know of the Crimson?
The Crimson? The Crimson Wargs?
Their leader, specifically.
I frankly don't busy myself with things that happen in the other squares. I'm rather safe here. She doesn't seem to have any information that she'll give you on that.
The troubles in all the squares affect here. This city is under siege. There is a danger below.
She nods and says, "It's clear. Now it's coming up and biting us in the ass, and I don't... I'm spent. My nurses are spent. I'm going to go to the temples. We need more intervention. We need more aid. You took the last of it."
We could help spread the word as we go along and maybe get you some more help if that's...
Right, that's good. But Rendent, I expect he's buried in whatever you're investigating, at least towards the Crimson. I hate to say it. At least concerning if the Slaad knew about the Count's addiction, and if the Slaad knew about the deeper, darker parts of Braunfels, then they're certainly involved.
Everything is connected here. The web is drawing close, and I fear the city is the ones who will suffer. Unless we can stop this. And I fear time is running short.
She closes her eyes and sighs and says, "It's evident. If it's evident, it's everywhere. I don't know how they'll be able to deny this anymore." Thank you for all that you're doing. I don't think anybody else could have done it.
It's not over yet.
No, it's not, and honestly, I'm gonna hate myself for this. She reaches over to the alchemical spot, and she grabs 3 potions. She's just put stoppers on them, and just sort of like starts handing them. She sort of holds them out to you and say, "These are my last potions of healing. I'm brewing some more, but if you're going against a Rakshasa, you'll need them."
Miyako takes them and she goes, what are these?
Potions of healing, greater at that.
Thank you for your kindness. We will take your generosity and use it to the best of our ability.
You're very brave. And she sort of like reaches up to your face and just sort of like pats your cheek. Says,
Miyako like tenses up, and her entire brain just like goes rigid at this because she's like not even remotely used to it, and she's like,
and she just sort of says, "Don't stop, no matter how hard it gets." That's the first thing I learned when I became a doctor.
Miyako is just like, I don't intend to until that thing is dead or I'm on my last breath.
Is there a place that we could rest for an hour?
This place is full, and honestly, I don't know how you could rest with the moans of pain. This place has been nothing but torture. I will, let's see. She sort of like pats her temple for a moment, thinking, and says, "There's a good tavern nearby. Let's see. Ah, yes, the Sleepy Minotaur.
Oh, okay.
It's a very popular place. It's very comfy. Speak to Daygro Boltstone. He'll help you there."
Daygro?
Daygro Boltstone, yes. Dragonborn, you can't miss him.
Thank you for your kindness.
Thank you for your courage.
I kind of, bow a little bit and then turn and walk out.
Yeah, Miyako nods her head as a sort of like, just acknowledgement, and then she follows Maddox out.
And as you're leaving, the one of the nurses, sort of like in between, looks at you guys and sort of says, "Oh, thank goodness you're not. Oh, I thought you were new admissions." Whew. I wouldn't know where to put you.
Yeah, I just kind of keep walking.
I just kind of shrug and then move on because I don't want to say anything.
And you guys leave. I think you guys can sort of like meet up with Lulu and Cage. Now, are you guys bringing the artists with you? Or are you telling them to stay?
Which artist?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, actually, you guys have only been able to see these two artists. You don't know where the Goliath has gone.
Do we need them to be with us?
Say what?
Do we need them to be with us?
That's up,
yeah,
that's
I
up
feel
to you
like
guys.
I feel like we don't really need them unless they're gonna like contribute somehow. But
See, I think that depends on if we're going to go after the Rakshasa, which I know Kaya is kind of searching for at this point, or if you guys have any other ideas.
I think we should go after or do the whole Crimson War because since we have Kaya searching for the Rakshasa, we don't really need to worry about that like at the moment. Because like I mean she's
You guys
she's
do
already
have
doing
a
that.
lot of gold waiting for you, apparently.
She said
Yeah.
she was
Yeah.
she would need time.
And not only that, but she's she's wealthy, so she would have connections into figuring out how to I'm sure she could find somebody with a little bit of gold to like give away some information. So
Well, we have the meeting with the Crimson as well.
yeah, so
But apparently Rendan has information.
yeah, I kind of want to go talk to him too. So many people.
So are we gonna meet? We just kind of meet up with them and then go to the tavern to take a little short rest, or what do you guys want to do?
That
I
sounds
don't
a short
know.
rest.
Well, did
That sounds very well.
Kajay, did you ever get the rest to recharge your stuff, or?
I have not.
So I feel like he would need a short rest.
That's what I'm asking. Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Let's meet up and go to the tavern and have a short rest, and then
Okay.
we'll talk about what we want to do next real quick, maybe.
Okay.
I could use
So-
a drink.
And all of you
Very
now.
awkward.
So you're leaving the artists, right?
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
it'll be
I'm-
too dangerous to bring them.
Are they still at the House of
gallery.
Weirdness?
They're at the gallery right now.
I'm losing track of all the NPCs. Okay.
Poor
Well,
Tom.
yeah, I don't think we need to have them with us right now because I don't know what's going to happen with Rendon. I don't know what I definitely don't want to have him with this meeting with the Crimson.
I don't want that. Well, I don't think we should have them for Renna either because it might, deter him. Like, why are they there? And then something's going on. I feel like
They're
it would
basically his competition. Like they're here to take
and that's
his
why
job.
I'm saying like that would be very strange for him.
And
and
to
I
be
think he'd be
honest,
like,
I was just gonna say we have Nara going in the tunnels killing slad poles right now, so we also have that.
and like I said, we have Kyle searching for the Rakshasa, so I think it'd be best if we took a short rest and then after that short rest go talk to Renan. So
Lulu agrees very hesitantly. She is very, very aware that the festival begins tomorrow, and she's
we're all aware.
Well,
So are we
this
heading
might be
towards
the last piece of information that we need before we try and either deal with the Crimson or the Rakshasa if they're not the same person. I think they're the same person, personally. But...
So, at this point, are we all heading there now to the tavern?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think we're in the middle of our short rest right now. Oh, can I
Oh,
attune
we
to
are?
the...
Does it take a short rest to attune or a long rest?
Yeah, it's a short rest.
Okay, yeah, then
It's
I
a
would
short-
figure you'd be able to attune
Yeah,
to the habits,
so-
guys.
At this point, I'm gonna
Which it is.
I'm gonna take Lulu's side.
Putting it over my ears, making it fit right.
I'm gonna take Lulu's side, and I'm gonna, tell her like, look, the doctor gave us some healing potions. I think it's best if you have some. She's gonna give her 2 out of the 3. She's gonna keep 1 for herself.
Okay, so you're going to be
Wait a
carrying
minute.
2 potions of healing, right?
Wait, hold on. Don't be just deciding how the stuff is getting handed out here. I'm definitely...
She's the one who took the potions.
I took the
Well, that
potions
doesn't
and I
mean
put
you
them in
get
my
to
pocket.
decide
Nope.
No, I was definitely...
He looked
going to
away with
say
his hat of disguise for a second.
Yeah,
Look
you were
back,
too busy
wait,
with
what's
your
going
hat.
Hey, if you guys want to mess over the only rogue in the party, that's fine.
Oh.
Potions anyway.
All right, and during the... Oh, sorry.
I'll give 1 to Maddox, and then 1 to Lulu, and I'll keep 1 for myself.
Okay, so
Lulu's the only one that heals.
let's see. Anything
See,
else?
and that was my rationalization when I was giving her the first 2, but then you complained. So make up your mind!
Saying she has heals already. She doesn't need the potion.
Well, I kind of do too.
We don't have heals. None of us have heals. Like,
I have a heal.
You just received heals
well, if
too.
you don't want a potion, then give it to Okajimori.
Well, Kajimura has his own magic too, so
I don't heal though.
that's true.
Nope,
I
he
don't
just
know.
murderizes.
Yes.
My logic is that the people that can't heal should get the potion.
You don't have. Okay, fine. I'll give 1 to each of the 3 though.
Okay, just make sure you guys write in your inventory who has which,
I got it.
because they do not have your names on them.
I know.
I slipped my potion to Kyle.
Maddox is writing his name on his.
I'm writing in my inventory right now. Trying to shyster the shyster.
Alright.
I'm writing it down
Does
in my
Lulu
notebook.
get it,
So
or do I get it?
You get it. Even if I get it, I'm gonna pass it to you anyway.
what? No, I'm
Okay.
giving 1 of each to all 3 of you. I'm not getting 1.
No, you're getting
you
one.
need
Yago.
No, I don't. I have a healing. I have
That's
second
not enough
wind.
for
Strong enough.
That's not
Be
enough
up
for you.
front.
You're the one that runs up and like, just
Yeah,
hit
you're gonna
me!
be up front. You need one,
You definitely need a potion.
Potion.
and I need one just in
God.
case I need to get one of you up if I can get to you.
Yeah.
To be fair, we may have to pull it off your belt and pour it in your mouth. For you. Definitely need to have one.
Oh, damn you!
Drink this and you will like it. Alright, so I'm giving 1. Okay, so I'm keeping 1. I'm giving 1 to Kajimori and then 1 to Maddox, correct?
Yep.
Okay. I just gave you 3 things.
This is
And
what happens, though. Like,
all right. Well, yeah, you guys go to this this very fine establishment. It's got a slumbering minotaur picture on the sign, and it's just sort of like happily dozing with its head on this bar with a long bottle of brew beside it. And it's as you can already hear lots of revelry from inside. This is one of the taverns on the Moonwell Square, and Moonwell Square is kind of like the main place for all the art stuff. As you're moving across the Moonwell, this activity of fun people just literally having a blast. There are jugglers, there are musicians and bards. There's all sorts of like magic sort of happening, and the ribbons that sort of line the lampposts and the buildings just make this place bright and colorful and wondrous. And the hot smell of food coming from this place is just magnificent. You do some people doing some portraits, and you do see various other people doing something more like collaborative. You see some children, some of them not from Braunfels, all sort of gathered around the square center where there's this big fountain, like the most grandiose you've ever seen. And there's like all kinds of other people like doing some chalk drawings, and there's like this elf sort of like he seems to have bought all this chalk for the kids, and he's like, "Who wants to color the lips?
oh my god.
Who wants to color the lips?" And you see he's sort of like doing self-portraits of himself and everybody else as he's just sort of like, one kid goes, "I want them blue," and he's like, "Blue sounds great," as they're all drawing. And there's like a few other like bards sort of like playing accordions. It's just very merry and very amazing. And as you go into this tavern, it only amplifies. There's some dart games being played. There's some heavy drinking to be had. And you see, sort of at the head of it all, behind the bar, are 2 individuals. One half-elf, and one burly, tall blue dragonborn, wearing this like heavy apron. And he's sort of just grabbing lots of kegs and just hauling them up from the basement over his shoulder. And like that's a heavy feat. And he's sort of just like pouring them out for people. And he's sort of like waves at you guys as you come in and just yelling out, "Hi, welcome to the Sleepy Minotaur. Good to see you. Welcome here for the festival," as he sort of yells out over the noise of everyone.
I want
Yeah, we're
this
here
to
for the
be
festival.
someone so bad.
Oh, great! And you see the half-elf just sort of go, "Darling, drinks, customers, please." And he goes, "Sorry." And he goes back to work.
Oh, dang.
Okay, you guys, are you still hurting at all? Do we need, we're here to rest a little bit, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
You're good?
I
Need some
have
time.
I'm full health. And both Maddox and I are cured.
Okay,
Need some time and a little bit of ale.
okay, I, just in case, Lulu, the festival's tomorrow, she hasn't practiced in a while.
That's
so,
right.
So she's gonna do Song of Rest. It's not really gonna be a restful song, but still, she's gonna kind of like, I don't know, get out her little ukulele and be like, "Okay, just go do what you want," and she's gonna whip out her guitar and like play something.
Nice.
Very upbeat, very like, I like it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It gets some attention from some of the people in the bar, and they start clapping along as you play. They're very impressed. And one of them sort of clears off a table and says, "Hey, we can't see ya!" And sort of
I
like,
hop on the table and I'm really like,
"Oh, awesome!"
I'm
And
gonna
it's a
cast
great time.
Dusk and Dawn around Abby and make like the light that's around her make her look like she's glowing almost as she's playing.
Oh my goodness. And it is a startling... Actually, give me a performance check. Let's see how you do.
I'll
With
back her up
advantage.
with a thaumaturgy cantrip and just kind of make the lights flicker along with her.
Oh,
with
sweet.
her song.
23.
Oh my lord!
We're
You
like
don't
your
need to back her up.
Wow.
You don't even need to back her up.
All right, so
Holy
All
crap.
right, it just looks even better.
is this a song you made up, by the way? Or are you playing like a classic?
It's probably just gonna be a random folk song. You know how a lot of folk music just kind of goes off in tangents, a lot of like riffing on the spot. I put a link in chat if you guys want to like get a taste of what I was.
I liked it. I actually just looked at it and I really
Yeah.
liked it a lot.
Totally instrumental, very like, very fast paced, very kind of like. It's
Oh yeah, people start thumping their feet along to it, and you see that the Dragonborn behind the bar, once he has a moment to just like sort of take in what's happening, it's just amazing. And his the half elf again comes around and just like drums his shoulder with his fist and like it just like starts speaking to him very like abruptly. And
as I'm playing, I go over the shoulder and I talk to the Dragonborn. I think you have some people that you need to drink. I think your spouse is trying to get you still playing.
oh no, he wouldn't like me drinking other people.
Does this particular Dragonborn like cheese?
You do see that there's a small spot where he cuts cheese for some folks that order it. It seems to be like sort of a classic around here. It looks like there's some crackers on each of the tables in case somebody wants to like make a little cheese sandwich and whatnot. Some of them order like a roast, and they sort of like make these little like cracker sandwiches and stuff.
She's like the D&D version of Dazzler.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
But eventually he actually comes out, and he's sort of like, everybody's like applauding at the end of your song, Luella, and they're just like, ah! And, yeah! You guys see
Oh god, Blaze is back!
He's back! So many crossovers.
He's your biggest fan.
Yeah. That was great!
Oh my god, he's back! I love it!
We should all do it.
Yes! Yes!
This blue dragonborn comes up. He's taller up front, and he sort of like claps a bit, sort of like wipes his hands on the apron he's wearing, and he just sort of says, "That was excellent, well done. Can you front run for us tonight?
Can I have, excuse me?
Can you play tonight?"
I might be able to. My schedule has been kind of hectic as of late.
Well, I can imagine that, being as good as you are, you probably have a lot of, contesting clients.
Yes! Lots of contesting clients.
No, whatever you feel like it. We'd love to have you play for us. It's
I would love to
certainly.
play here.
Oh, what?
It's a very exciting atmosphere.
Oh yeah, we try to keep things. We try to wear people out.
It's working, by the way. I love the cheese, the crackers and cheese that you have around the table.
Oh yeah. Oh, old family recipe. No
Oh
one
my
else does it
God.
as good as me.
Oh, I'm secretly
Very good.
fangirling over here.
And you also
Yes,
notice
I
that
smell
the cheese that he's cutting, it sort of has these blue lightning
Oh my god!
sort of like things in it.
I smell the cheese,
Oh man.
and then I like kind of sit back, and then have that totally disdainful cat look on my face.
Yes.
Would Miyako know who he is?
Give me a history check.
Because I certainly do. Oh!
18. So you do recall that this is the Voltstone special that people have been talking about, the cheese. And you sort of like you also heard Weirdra say Dagra Goldstone. That's the guy you want to talk to at the Sleepy Minotaur.
Yeah.
You sort of do have some history with this clan of Dragonborns known as the Voltstones, and they seem to be like they seem to be a clan of Dragonborns that are like naval based. They live off the shore of the Sword Coast, and it's pretty impressive to see one here in Bronfell, so far from the sea.
Yeah, so she's gonna turn to him and she's gonna go, like Miyaka's gonna go, you don't seem like you're from around here.
He sort of, like, quirks his head at you. It's very an odd, like, Dragonborn quality. But he's smiling all the same, and he says, "Oh, well, if I were, I'd probably be green, or mud-colored. No, I'm blue like the sea."
What's your name?
"Oh, my name is Dagro Voltstone. Pleasure to make your acquaintance." And he sort of, like, offers his hand to you.
Miyako kind of like looks at it, and she kind of like eyes him back because she doesn't really shake hands.
"Oh." Then he just sort of like, "Oh, thank you," and he says, "Nice to meet you too. Who are you?" He says to Luella.
Oh, my name's Luella. You can call me Lulu.
And I go, Miyako.
"Well, let us know if you're anything. Friends of the talent are well received." As he sort of like claps his hands again and says,
Do you have any milk?
"Oh, milk?"
Yes.
Oh, let me see. And he goes into the back and he does get some milk and he brings it back. It is unfortunately not alcoholic. It is not that. It is not that.
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh yeah, it's
I
not
just
one
need
of
a
the.
nice little,
He prefers it in a
nice
bowl.
little bowl of milk. Huh?
Oh my gosh,
Lord.
who was that other bar? Who was that woman?
Misha.
Misha. It's not. It's definitely not
Yeah.
the Misha special.
No, that's fine. I just want a nice little refreshing bowl of milk that I can lap up,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm trying to think of how to like word this question. Would I have known anybody else in the Wollstone family?
If you want to, sure.
She's really stretching here. She's like, I need
I need to know.
do a pass game.
I need to know, man.
I mean,
I need to know.
yeah. If you want to know who I think you want to know, you can.
How would I check history in?
Oh, you already rolled history. I think you rolled high enough to just be like, yeah, totally.
Okay. So she's gonna like eyeball him and like she's like the whole time she's thinking, she goes, "Did you know another one by the name of Kirk?"
Kirk Voltstone? He is the inspiration for the Voltstone special, you know. As he sort of points to the cheese and says, I'm surprised. He gets around a lot. How'd you know him?
There have been stories told in my hometown of how he and a particular elf friend of his ended up saving some, I don't know, it was some story, I don't know if it's true or not, something about a sheep and some wizard.
Gracious, well, I'm very proud to hear that. We served on the same ship, and after the ship went down, we all went our separate ways, sadly.
I was about to say, I remember stories about the group they traveled with, and there was this really badass tiny necromancer that was with them. Let me tell you, she's my favorite.
My goodness, I'm glad to hear he's carrying the Voltstone name so proudly on his shoulders. I always took him for the lazy type, but, you know, I figured he'd change once he got on land. I know I did. And he just sort of like casts a glance at the half-elf behind the bar.
And like so she kind of like shrugs her shoulders and she goes, "I'm assuming that you got your cheese skills from him."
Well, it's sort of the only thing of vanity that we had on the ship. We only would have it for a small time. It sort of became a staple of our crew.
Do you know whatever became of him?
Unfortunately, he's adventuring. I told him he should try to get a job, something that was stable, something that wasn't so violent. But unfortunately, it's the only thing he really knows. He grew up fighting the wyverns off the coasts, and ever since our ship was sunk by slavers, he's been trying to pay the bounty on a certain goat farmer that he had fancies for.
Are you sure it's the farmer?
Dead sure. Who else could make the cheese?
Sounds like a loaded question.
Oh well.
Kajimura is just kind of trying the cheese.
I'm not going anywhere near the cheese. It smells odd to me.
I want you to like throw a slice of it on Maddox's face, and he'll just like sink to the floor.
Do it! Do it! Oh god, that'd be great.
He's pretty much just like cutting it and just giving giving it equally to everybody.
It's fresh. It's soft.
Miyako's gonna deny it.
Okay.
She's not a big fan of cheese.
The cheese, if you eat it, is at first it's sort of like almost like a sharp cheddar, and when your tongue sort of meets the blue streaks, it's sort of like a sharp mozzarella. All of a sudden, and the two of them together just sort of like really make your mouth just go wow.
She's so good.
It's very sharp. And most of the people who have drunk a lot seem to be downing the stuff by the wheel.
Wow. Was not expecting that kind of kick.
It's okay. It's easier if you had a couple drinks. Not me though. I eat it by the whenever I want, and he just sort of pops it in his mouth.
Oh my god. This makes me so happy.
Well, listen, let us know if you need anything else, alright? You certainly put on a show there. We appreciate it.
And before that, like, before she kind of turns away, Miyako kind of, like, turns to him. She goes, "Hey, if you see Kurg, tell him to come find me."
What's your name?
Miyako.
Oh, well.
And there's this soft moment between you two, where you're both missing the same person. And even though you don't say it out loud, you both can sort of feel this. It's not easy, but just the fact that there's someone else who's feeling the same way that you do is a bit of a comfort.
Yeah.
And that's interrupted by the half-elf behind the bar going, "Dagra, sweetie, another keg!" And
Miyako turns to this woman. She goes, "Would you chill out? Can't you see he's busy?"
As the half-elf sort of turns to you, see that the long hair sort of obscures this this soft male beauty.
Oh my god!
And he sort of like twists his head and says, "A keg for you, maybe? Because then you guys, if you buy enough drinks, you can have them all night if you like."
I kind of elbow Miyako, like, don't be so stereotypical. No, we're good.
She didn't even
We are okay. Thank you.
Hold on a minute. Like, what? All she said was, "Chill out. Can't you see he's busy?" Like, what is that? How is that? I'm so confused.
Maddox just raises his eyebrows at this and says, "I'm staying out of this one."
I'm so
Just
lost right
kinda
now. I
like-
don't even know. I don't even know what just happened.
Checking out the other people around. Has it been an hour?
Kajimura kind of like asks Lulu, "May I see your instrument, if you do not mind?" It's quite small.
Miyako glares at Lulu and she like kind of gives her like, "What are you talking about?" Look, like, what?
We'll talk about it later. I might have misinterpreted. My bad. Sensitive subject.
Dago sort of says, "Okay, I'm sorry, but hey, you're great. Best of luck, all right?"
And he sort of goes back behind the bar and starts to go towards the cellar, and you hear him sort of being chastised by this half-elf who says, "What were you doing?" And Dago goes, "We were trying to hook us up with some music. It was really good." And the half-elf just sort of like, and just sort of does that, and then like pushes him down into the cellar, and then goes back to serving everyone.
Okay, so Lulu, at hearing Kajimori ask about the instrument, kind of clutches it to her chest.
I've never seen such a small instrument before. I learned to play the lute by listening when I was in chains.
That's beautiful. I trust you, so I am going to let you look at my dear instrument, but please don't break it. It's very, very precious to me. And she like,
I promise.
As she's reaching it out, I come back around the corner and I say, "Are you sure he won't curse the device?"
Shut up.
I kind of smile and say, "No harm will come." And I kind of just look
damn
at
it.
I don't fully trust magic users. Come on, you know.
He just kind of like looks at it for a little bit, and I guess he'll attempt to like just play a few notes.
Mhm.
Okay.
And you know how to play the lute, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm guessing you know kind of
Yes,
the
he
basics
does.
It's
of lute.
true.
Yes, he does.
True.
He plays lowly, like he doesn't play very
He doesn't
loudly.
do the Luella special where she's like,
Yeah. He just he
she's
just
not like
plays very,
he's not like
plays
jamming out.
a few notes of an old Lake Calimport kind of song
Ooh.
that he used to heal around like here around the palace. So he just plays a little riff of it and then says, "Thank you very much."
As you're playing
And hands it back.
Kajimori, you feel soft hands on your shoulders, just sort of there. They're just present. And
It's Maddox.
Oh God!
I'm totally kidding.
and you hear a voice as though someone is leaning towards your ear, saying, "That's very beautiful, son." And then instantly the hands move away.
Oh.
He just kind of has like a bit of sadness like to his face and just says, "Thank you."
Ah.
Do we
Hands it
see
back
this
to her.
person coming up behind him?
No, this is just a feeling. You don't see anybody behind.
And at this point, you can tell Luella is very, very moved about what he just played. Like, you get a sense that he has played the lute and that the song that you just played has been very special to him. So I kind of take the lute. I knew that I could trust you. Good job.
I am not as good as you, but
It doesn't matter
tried.
about skill. The skill would come. You practiced a lot. It's the emotion that's behind the music that's.
In chains.
Thank you. I go, when I was a slave, I would try to sneak away and play to find some happiness. It helped.
So I'm assuming Miyako hears all this because she's like sitting right next to them.
Yeah, you guys are present.
Okay. Just thought I'd check. Did we know that he was a slave prior to meeting him?
Nope.
So Miyako kind of like perks up and she goes, "You were a slave?
Yes.
To who?"
The palace. I was picked up as a young boy.
What palace?
Not from here. Very far from here, south. A place called Kalamport. Some call it the City of Glory, and others the City of Slaves.
And Luella kind of says in a very shaky voice,
I was the exotic voice.
I'm very sorry about your terrible past. Whenever you want to play again, you're more than welcome. At that, she has to kind of like go and collect herself, like.
He goes, thank you very
Definitely
much.
kind of watching all of this and listening to what he's saying, and noting the similarities in our histories, and I kind of just see him with a different light now, but I don't say anything about my past or anything.
Maddox, do you ever feel like someone's watching you?
Oh my god. Why would you ask that question?
I've been feeling that way for at least 4,000
That's so
miles.
I always
creepy!
feel like somebody's watching me.
Watching me! Yeah. I got you, babe. I got you.
I haven't felt that feeling in some time, but I'm sensing that it will be coming on now.
Right.
Ever since you walked in here, there have been eyes on you. And
Oh my god!
it's only until now that you sort of finally feel as though they're present. And you sort of look around. Give me a perception check, actually.
Speaking of the
So
past,
just him?
Just him.
Okay.
you said insight?
No, perception.
Oh, sorry.
Whoops.
Get that on the screen.
What?
I was gonna say, forget the. Oh my god!
Are you kidding me?
Double
Did
nat
that really
ones! Are you serious right now? What? What is this madness? The feels though.
The feels.
The
and
feels.
that is the
They have
episode
taken
name.
over.
The feels and the fails.
They have taken over. That's what this episode should be called.
Yes, that's what it's called.
I'm so wrapped up in Kajimori's story and how similar it is to my own past, and start thinking about my own capture and my own days as a slave, and kind of get lost in those memories.
What kind of man was your master?
Asking
It
this.
was terrible. He was an elf, a very dark elf. He captured me when I was a child and trained me to be his keeper while he was sleeping, and his physical assassin for enemies that he needed a physical weapon for.
See.
And so I escaped at the first opportunity and ran all the way across the continent to Kalamport. Or I was on my way to Kalamport, which is one of the reasons I was very interested in his story, because I'm running to a city that operates in a very similar way to the one that I ran all the way across the continent to get away from. So I'm kind of also getting that and going, what have I even been running to this whole time?
You're dwelling on this since you heard Cage's story, and it's at this point you notice several things. First are the eyes, and they settle on you, and you're drawn to them. You turn around, and you see another tabaxi. This one is a mix of shades, sort of like the closest I would compare it to is a calico. Just lots of browns, blacks, a white chest around this fluffy neck that just goes down. She's just sort of watching you. And beside her is a second humanoid. It's definitely not human. It has this almost aquamarine skin. It's very tall, very brusque. It also has this big, bulging red nose that stands out among its features. Very almost like stone-like features. But you also notice it has this like coppery red hair that's just been sort of like neatly trimmed, just sort of looking at you, both of them. And then they both turn to each other and they start moving their hands in very odd gestures, and just sort of like signing, like sort of like.
Do I recognize it with my thieves' cant? No.
At first, you think it's thieves' cant, but then, as it goes on, it's definitely not. They don't seem to be speaking in thieves' cant. If they're not speaking at all, in fact, they're just making these gestures to each other. And at the same time, whoa.
Does it look?
Noir Mongoose, thank you for following. Just in time. You notice the second thing. It is someone rushing into the sleepy Minotaur. And as they come in, they sort of like go straight to the bar and just start babbling very excitedly. And this big smile on their face, and you start catching bits of information, and he just keeps repeating himself. The Queen is coming! Queen Anais! The Queen of Tethir is coming to the festival! It's just very loud and very like trying to get everybody pumped up. And you see Daygro with 2 kegs over his shoulder says, 3 rounds on the house! We have a queen coming! As he sort of announces it very loudly, and everybody goes, hey! To the queen's health! And all that. And you see out the window. You see the sky. You see the sky blooming with this warm blue and clouds that are puffy and happy. Few shapes that you might be able to pick out. And then there's a puff of smoke as a tower suddenly apparates into the spot above the city.
This is not good.
Instantly, you know whose tower this is.
Oh god. Okay.
And it sort of hovers there, arcane runes sort of pulsing beneath it on this small island. And a stairway comes down of stone steps, and it comes down, and then this figure walks down in a long road with staff, long ears, a dark complexion, an elf.
And I can see all this through the window.
Yes.
He's the only one that sees it, correct?
Fallon 121, thank you for those $5. And all hail the puffy clouds and blue skies. The world is at peace, and
so
then
much.
a tower appears. Oh shit.
I immediately drop into a crouch. All of my hair stands up, like my tail fluffs out, and I immediately just start yelling like
At this,
the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I look at him, kind of like confused and perplexed, but at this point I do draw my daggers, because I can tell that he's not happy. And like my tail's starting to swish back and forth like anxiously, like what the hell's going on?
I'll kind of approach Maddox a little bit slowly. I go, "You all right?" Like my ale in hand. You seem concerned.
I cast Call of Shadow. You see darkness, like smoke rising up off of my body, and definitely wide eyes looking out the window. And do you see it? Do you see it?
Do we see it?
Yeah, you
See
it.
what?
The
Tower.
tower.
I point out the window towards
Do
the
we
tower.
see it?
Yes, you do.
Yeah, we do.
see a
I
figure-
turn to Maddox and I go, Yeah, we
The
see it.
tower.
What's so wrong about it?
You see the man
Yes.
now has reached the bottom, and he's now just walking around the square, looking around. This elf.
He just hisses, and just takes off the other direction, just runs.
And Miyaka's like, son of a bitch.
And he is now
Just
following.
kinda look.
Thank you, Foul. Fallen one.
I don't know.
What do you guys do?
I'll try to
I think
follow.
I think Miyaka's gonna stay here and see who this elf man is.
Where do you? The elf man is not coming towards the sleepy.
Oh, he's
Minotaur.
not.
He seems to just
okay,
be.
then I'm gonna tell Maddox.
Okay, Maddox, where are you going? Just out the door.
I bust out like the back door, like go through the kitchen or whatever I got to do, and try and find like a back door. And once I get out back, I just kind of stop and look around. Like I totally am suddenly confused, and I have no idea where I'm going.
And I kind of like stay at a distance from him, and I kind of go like I still have my daggers drawn just in case he does anything like stupid. And I'm like, Maddox, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah, I'm imagining you guys all ran after him.
Yeah.
Pretty much,
With
yeah.
this big commotion of the queen is here, the queen is coming. Oh, happy day! This is like a big deal. And you get into this alleyway, this back door. Once you're gone, Dagro and the half elf just sort of like let you go. And what do you say? What do you do?
I just kind of look over at Lulu. I go. What is wrong with him?
Yeah, well, I'm like talking directly to him, and I say, Maddox, what the hell? What was that back there?
So the wizard. Did you see him?
You
Just
mean
come
that
for me.
elven dude?
We're all in danger. We need to leave now.
Why? Maddox,
You
you
will
need to
kill us
tell us
all.
what's going on. You're not giving us very much information.
The wizard dude is bad.
Well, I understood that
elf
much.
back there. I was just making sure I know
Oh,
who exactly.
are you talking out of game?
Yes, he captured me. He stole me. He stole me from my people. He has come for me again. He will kill all of you and take me with him. He has a
How did
power
he-
you cannot handle.
How did he find you here?
I don't know. He's been hunting me.
Then maybe it's his time to look toward other allies. You mentioned of the Crimson. You had business with them. This may be a good time to lay low.
At this, there is a and this explosion of magic off the
Oh, God.
end of the alleyway. You see this conglomeration of colors just sort of like pop and fizzle, only for a brief second. And standing there, Maddox, is the two individuals you saw. They are standing now. This large man, just muscled. Something you also notice is that he sort of has this grin that is sort of always placating his face, and that big red nose. He turns around after waving his hand like this, and you see the female tabaxi turn around as well, see all of you, and she sort of smiles and says nothing. She merely does this and does other signs along other things, and as she does this, the man is looking at her hands, and he says, still looking at her, "Hello, brother. It's about time we had a talk."
Lulu is going to stand in front of Maddox immediately.
Oh no, Miyaka's gonna stand in front of Lulu too. and she has her daggers out at this point, and Miyaka's gonna be like, if you want to talk to him, you're gonna have to go through us first.
The man repeats what you said, sort of mouthing to himself as he's like doing gestures, and she turns.
So at
to
this
look
point,
at
we
him.
know they're signing, right?
Yeah,
Like,
you get the
okay.
feeling that the tabaxi is deaf,
okay.
and that this man, this
Is a translator.
yeah, this is a translator of
Okay.
some sort. And at that, what is she makes a sign that you don't understand. It's sort of this claw with like her claws literally come out. She signs it, making this other like arcane gesture, and she sort of is looking at you. She doesn't look to the rest of you. She's not just looking at Maddox. And the man says, "What is his name? Your master's name?" If you have it.
I forget. Oh wow.
It just we never thought it would come up until now. Surprise!
I didn't know it was coming.
Surprise!
I can't remember right now.
That's okay. I think that just makes this all the more dramatic because she makes this hand sign, and this hand sign is a very. It carries a lot of cruelty for you once the man says his name and declares, "He's come for us, and he's here to ruin this city."
Not if we have anything to say about it.
What does everybody have against this city? Holy
And at this, we might have to call it a session.
No! No!
And wait until next time.
Oh! Could I just say how happy I am that Boldstone came?
I mean, I had to give you guys some sort of happy.
You have no idea how hard I was fangirling during that entire scene.
I'm so proud.
I saw it. I saw the flaming.
I was so happy.
So she said the wizard came for us?
Yes.
Like, including herself with me? Or?
Oh,
Yes.
I need to write that down.
That's the session. A lot of stuff happened. A lot of important things I've taken note of. And, man, those double ones came in clutch.
Oh, those were the what?
I mean,
Oh my god.
We are going to pick this up next week, same time on Sunday. We're going to go through a few things. Number one, we have a giveaway. It is for... Actually, I have it right here so I can show you guys. Yeah, we have a giveaway going on. Oh no, I lost it! Oh, here it is. We're giving away One Night Werewolf. And the only thing you have to do is to go to that link, follow us on Twitter, follow us on Twitch, and you'll be entered into a drawing that we'll do next month. It is going to be, I'm giving this away because it's these types of games that really, like, just deception, like holding your motives to yourself and sort of letting them come loose. It's those sorts of games of improv that really sort of turned me into the role player I am today. So I think it's a good start for a giveaway for the channel. And, I mean, let's go ahead and just talk about what just happened. What do you guys think of this session? Because I'd love to hear it. I think this was probably one of the... No combat. Literally no combat.
I'm so glad with that, though. And that's kind of like what I like. You know, I like...
This session was what I want Festival of Colors to be.
Yeah.
And thanks to you guys, it's becoming that.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like that. Like, if you offset, one combat, one session just full of combat, but then one session full of just, just straight role playing. Like, I think that's great, especially with D&D, because like I feel like for me, D&D is more combat heavy than most games are. So I kind of like the fact that you implement, just one full session of role playing and
What I also think is a good stabilizer is that the combats that you guys have been fighting are the big ones. They are literally
they're like the main quest ones.
Like there's a lot of setup and then what I hope to be a lot of payoff. That's what I feel like it is.
Yeah, no, I had a blast. I'm so glad that I got the Moldstone. So when you started, when you first said that he was a blue dragonborn, I was like, oh hell. I was like, no. Oh god.
Yeah, Daygro
the feels are happening. Like this.
Daygro is certainly a Voltstone in every sense of the word. But he's a little bit more, he doesn't have the belly, really. He just has the
It doesn't matter.
He's not as old and he's not as bad.
Not as old.
I don't care though. He's still awesome. Like, and it still made me fangirl. The fact that he knew Kirk was like, ah!
And I
like,
loved pulling out the half elf. It was beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I like the fact that that both our pasts are slowly creeping up on us.
Yeah.
yeah,
Everybody's
actually,
past is
Well,
Really
see,
adding.
this is the interesting thing. Maddox came to Braunfels to get away from his past, and Kache More came to Braunfels to sort of put it
Yeah.
into it.
and I kind of
Yeah.
like that aspect too. Just the fact, that you got my past out of the way, but now you're focusing on others' past. Like you're doing, story arcs of everybody else, and I'm
Absolutely.
really like, it's like, okay, I'm done now. So it's like I really want to, learn about these other three, the other three players, like what
I
their
also
pasts are
feel
about.
like Miyako, you don't have as much on your shoulders anymore, so that just means
I know.
you're able to like help your friends and just.
Oh yeah, and it's great, and like that's another reason that like I love this, because now I'm just like, okay, I can help you, I can help Kajimori, like find this Raksasha. 'Cause that's
I'll
his main
chop
mission.
bitches up. Just tell me
So-
where.
Just as a note of warning.
Yep.
I
If I need to F someone up, just tell me when and where.
Backstory reveals are my absolute
I
favorite.
know.
Actually, yeah.
Ever?
Yes.
I think Kaje Mori is the only one who knows that you were an apprentice to Renbu.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Didn't know that at all.
No.
I'm completely shocked
Which
about that. I'm also-
he obviously will not disclose at
right.
all.
I was
Obviously,
completely shocked about
very-
Maddox's background. Like coming up, like holy
He,
crap.
he takes people's personal effects very very seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. Kajimori seems like the kind of person where like, like the slave kind of like fits him. Fits his personality, like so I can kind of see that backstory.
But man. I'm so
See, but
glad.
this is actually a good testament to the full cast here, including for DMing. Is
Oh yeah.
is what D&D can actually be. Like if you
Yeah.
really, it doesn't have to be all combat.
Yeah,
It
and
certainly
that's-
can.
You
It
can
certainly
make it.
can.
Oh yeah. And
Yeah.
that's another thing too. I mean, honestly, we wouldn't even be here, if it wasn't for and his, his DMing. Like he's the reason we're all here. He's the reason that we're casting.
He's
He's the reason that we, yeah.
I wouldn't
like,
have
for him.
I wouldn't have Abby's big burly men if I didn't have it.
But
Yep.
no, like in all seriousness, though, I think I speak for everyone here in saying that we can't thank you enough for having this campaign with us. And of course, this is not the end. Like, oh my God, I'm making this sound like this is the end. We're just getting started.
Well, it's
Right.
also we also want to
Right.
take note that the reason this is so awesome is of course because of me, but of course because of this fantastic overlay. Go to Info
What?
and wow,
You don't say.
I mean,
my God.
oh wait,
What a segue. I don't know if I deserve
right? Right? That's segue though.
again,
I mean, look.
our two beautiful D&D campaigns made all the better thanks to the work that Indigo put in. And quite honestly, it's gone through many iterations, and I think we finally hit that point in the campaign where, yes, this is the identity of the campaign, this is how it's going to happen, and we love it. So
Yeah.
I'm really, and just on the tail end of killing the thing that you guys have been scared of the entire
Oh my
time,
God, yeah.
I think...
And now we're getting into things that are scaring us even more.
Oh, yes.
That was just a
It's
warm-up, okay? There's
Fantastic!
more.
I'm so excited.
There's more fear to go around.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
like, I was already not stoked on facing the things that they were talking about, but then this
Right.
dude showing.
And now
like,
this
just-
happened.
Yeah.
like, literally
Maddox just
everything else-
noped out of there
at
so
least-
fast.
Yeah, for Maddox, like everything else pales in comparison to what just happened.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like, this
Maddox
whole-
just noped.
Everything
But
else
Yeah.
is just
this
whatever.
on top of the queen. I've been
Yeah,
waiting
which
to
queen?
reveal the
Who
queen.
is this queen? Like, what?
She's the queen of Tathir. She's
Okay,
literally
that
the
means
queen
nothing
of
to
Queen
Miyako.
going
Because
up.
Miyako's from like the bottom, like
It's the land.
poor, like
It's
she
the
is from
land we're
like
in.
the slums.
I was about to say, is that the land that you grew up in, Maddox, or that you were like enslaved in, or is it?
No, I'm all the way across the continent
Literally.
of the Forgotten Realms.
Okay.
I'm
So I
literally,
guess
like,
this
all
is something
the
else that
across.
we're gonna learn about. Oh God,
Yeah.
Man.
This is not my
wonderful! Yay! So
But
much
Tathir is
information.
the kingdom. Tathir is the kingdom that we're in.
Yes,
or
it
the
is.
land.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's. I
So
don't know if
glad
it's-
I'm taking
And-
notes.
And the queen has arrived here, so
She's
Well, I guess it is a kingdom because there's a queen. So
yeah.
Did I even
Um,
write the fact
Definite
that she
monarch.
with the queen is done?
big
Not-
news. The festival is just around the corner.
Ugh.
Right?
One
we're
And
not
the-
going to save this thing.
more.
How many bad guys do we have to kill to save the festival?
Here, okay, my conclusion is we're not gonna save the festival. It's not gonna happen. We just need to
This
focus.
town is
What?
screwed.
We need to focus. Okay,
I
Lulu,
sense
as much
so
as you
much
want to be in the
positivity.
festival, it's not gonna happen.
No,
honey.
This
Lulu.
this party's filled with so much positivity. I mean,
Let's face it,
It's
we're not much
overwhelming.
knocking out. Okay, we're not going to save anything.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
This is why I love you guys. Like for real though.
Gotta start
like,
somewhere.
This is great.
I am going to lead us out with
Oh,
another campaign. We do Out of the Abyss on Fridays. Unfortunately, we didn't do it this time, but we're gonna pop back in 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time.
woo.
Out of the Abyss. It's getting rough. We also have Mouse Guard on Tuesdays and Thursdays. That's the Eastern Marches campaign, which is sort of like, if you don't know what Mouse Guard is, it's the best role-playing game ever.
Oh, it's so
basically.
much fun. It's so
it's
much
amazing.
It's I grew up on it in my tabletop life, and I really want to share it with you, and this is sort of the coolest way to do it. We do have the opportunity for some folks to enter it as new players. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
actually want to play, you can join the Discord and just talk to us there. We'll help you make a character and everything. But, speaking of more Mouse Guard, we have a special thing. In case you weren't watching Askran's channel on Exploding Dice, he announced that tonight is going to be the premiere of the Mouse Guard campaign on his channel, run by me.
I was gonna say, guess who's DMing it,
Yep.
guys?
I
It's
am
Moore.
I
Go
am
watch him. I
the
think he's
game
over
master
there.
for that. We are having really cool players join in as well. I know it's that Bronze Girl, Drunkly Romantic, and my favorite. I've become enamored with how fun she is. Simply JXN. That's her Discord name.
Oh.
So we'll have to see. But just a fun bunch of folks. And
Sounds like
the
fun.
kind of storytelling that you kind of expect to get from me in this campaign. And that's really all I'll say about it. It is called The Dark Spring. And
Y'all should go watch.
now, unfortunately, it is at 10 p.m. tonight, Eastern Time. So you got to get through your Game of Thrones quick. And then hop over to us, okay?
Yep.
But
Yeah.
Watch it tomorrow.
go.
Watch Game of Thrones tomorrow. You
Oh
know.
no!
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a big Game of Thrones fan. My little heart was just like,
Oh, this one. Oh, Vincent is too. Don't worry. Don't worry. Y'all can fangirl about it tomorrow.
Of course. But
Yes.
that's where we're going to leave it. I'm very proud of my players. Thank you for all the cheers and the follows that we got today,
Yes.
especially
Thank
Fallen
you,
One
everybody.
121. You have been a delight to have. Gosh,
Can I just?
cheese solid, thick cheese. Saber X Wolf's review. Thank you. There'll
That's a
be more
solid
cheese to
in my
come.
book.
thick cheese.
That's a
Yes.
solid cheese in my book.
Cheesy.
Gosh darn it. Well, I guess. Do we want to raid? Actually, I don't know. Let's see if we can.
I don't know if anybody's live.
No, let's raid somebody.
Who would be live at this time? Let me check.
Okay,
Arr.
no.
Blaze is ready to raid.
Oh my gosh, how dare you! Oh my
Oh,
gosh,
Lord.
there's some people playing Burning Wheel. Let's go support them.
Ooh.
Oh, cool.
Sure,
Okay.
why not?
Let me. Okay, Eric Vulgus.
Let's
So
go down.
I was
honestly,
gonna say, yeah, he's live.
yeah, let's go to Eric Vulgaris's channel. Let's raid him because, I mean, they're playing
Yay.
Burning Wheel, yo. That's a big deal.
Mhm.
Yay.
All right, so there we are. Copy and paste that /me. Join the Possum Posse, and let's jump in there
Always.
and scream at them and wish them the best of luck. Because Burning Wheel, heck of a lot more powerful than Mouse Guard, but certainly just as dramatic. So, here we go. Let's go ahead and raid them, and then we'll wish you guys a happy evening. Best of luck. I'll see you later tonight if you're able to make it. If not,
Bye.
we'll see you another time. Best of luck, and have a splendid evening, okay? We love you.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Farewell. We'll see you next time on the forefront.
Bye, everybody.